Hi, Mary Scifres here for Mary Scifres Ministries with the first of 3 videos discussing ways to energize your virtual worship. If you and your team have been exhausted from the constant pivoting from online to hybrid to in-person and back again, then these ideas are exactly what you need. If you've been finding your energy more drained than filled, or if you've recognized that the people you lead are having trouble keeping their energy and enthusiasm high, then share these ideas together and you'll see everything begin to change. This month, I'm recommending you take the first step to re-energizing not just your virtual worship, but all of your ministry, your life, and your work by simplifying. Yes, simplify to strengthen your energy levels. Now don't worry, I'm not talking about simplifying an equation back in math class. I'm talking about the elegant simplicity that allows you to do one thing at a time and do it with excellence, enthusiasm, and even joy. Tempting as it may be to add a half a dozen new things to try to get people back from the pandemic, or to do even more to reach people, I'm suggesting you do less. Simplify and energize your work by trying these 3 things. First, focus on one thing at a time, and then only add one thing at a time, and shed old things to make room for the new. First, focus on one thing at a time. Find your focus and follow it single-mindedly. Take some wisdom from the old cowboy in the film City Slickers, when Billy Crystal asks him, "What's the secret to life?" And he says, the secret to life is one thing. Stick to that." "What's the one thing?" Crystal asks. The old cowboy wisely responds, "That's what you've got to figure out." Each one of us will probably be focusing on a different thing, but all of us find better energy when we focus on just one thing at a time. If you're overwhelmed trying to find your focus, reach out for a free complimentary coaching session so I can help you get centered and focused on one thing at a time. One of my coaching clients decided last fall, when his church finally reopened for in-person worship, to focus on one theme: invite and connect. 6 months later, every time he gets a new idea or one of his leaders suggests a new program, they measure it against their single-minded focus. How does this help us invite and connect? It's working, because their pledge campaign resulted in a balanced budget and no spending cuts, and their in-person and online worship numbers have finally again reached pre-pandemic levels. After you've found that focus and you've focused on one thing at a time, only add one thing at a time. Another church I work with, a large church in the South, decided that in asking for new goals of their staff, they would only ask for one goal: every staff member intentionally and individually connecting with 20 people this year. This staff decided more important than new programs and all the new things they could add were reconnecting with 20 individual leaders to help them reconnect with their ministry. And then, after you've started adding things, take the 3rd step. Shed old things to make room for the new. It's okay to let go of things that aren't working, that aren't reaching people, or that are simply exhausting you and your team. It's much easier and much more energizing to add something new when you've made room by letting go of some old things. So find your focus. Focus on one thing at a time. Only add one thing at a time, and shed old things to make room for the new. I promise if you implement even one of these ideas, you will have renewed energy and enthusiasm for your leadership, your ministry, and your worship, both online and in person. I'm Mary Scifres for Mary Scifres Ministries. Reach out and let us know if you need help finding the energy you need so we can set your complimentary coaching session right away.